What's up, everybody? Yeah, welcome to fall. It is seriously amazing up here in the mountains right now. It's actually, it's a little chilly for Charlotte standards. Any of you people above the Mason-Dixon, listen, I grew up in New York. I know what cold is, okay? Just a little chilly. When I left Charlotte, it was like 82, 84. It's like 70 up here. So nice 12-degree temperature drop. And once that sun goes down behind the ridge in like the next 30 minutes, that's it. It is going to get chilly real quick. So we are actually going to try and build a fire in this fire pit tonight. Anyways, I need to set up camp. So let's get everything up here and get everything set up. Ready? Bang. Camp all set up. Let's take a look. All right, check it out. So, a nice extra large cot for tall people, and put a little Mexican blanket on the floor just to keep down on tracking in mud. I did bring up a second table this time because I just didn't have enough space with one table. My boy Cedric was supposed to come up here with me, but I don't know if he is going to make it. I'll actually find out in the next few minutes here. But there we go. Camp all set up. Now, let's try to time to break out a new toy that we got. Let's check this out. Well, that was one damn tasty burger. Oof. Yeah. Mixed a little bit of pork in with that. Man, that was seriously tasty. Had some grilled onion and some bacon, some cheese on top of that. A bit of barbecue sauce. Yeah. Yeah. We don't mess around when we go camping. You know, this is camp. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to eat good. Still going to eat good. The temperature has dropped drastically. It's down almost another 20 degrees. It's going to go down to below 50 tonight. And you got to think, when I left Charlotte, right, it was like 82, 84. And now when I got up here, it was like 70. And now it's already well below 60. We're nearing 50, and by the morning time, it'll drop down to 50. So we're gonna enjoy this fire a little bit, warm up, and then time to go to bed. Got work to do tomorrow. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Oh man, good morning. I slept in way too late. I might not be able to make it to the gravel pit today to get gravel, and I really needed to finish graveling that path down there and then gravel a little bit up this way. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Apparently, I was really tired and I really needed to sleep in. Oh well, that's why I come up here. Part of it is work, part of it's to set up the cabin, but part of it is just mental and physical respite. All right. So anyways, let's make some coffee and get moving. yeah. This is how you enjoy coffee. Oh yeah, that is absolutely perfect. Super strong, but still a little cream and sugar, just to lighten it up just a little. But that is some damn tasty coffee. All right, let's get this coffee down. We'll make some food and see if we can make it to the gravel yard in time before they close. Well, I have got my string lights all set up and the solar panel for it is right there, but we're not getting quite enough sun. And as you can see, I am absolutely surrounded by trees. Now, eventually we are going to put solar panels on an angle right along the side of the deck right there once we start building the cabin. So I need a little bit more sunlight, and this is going to be a little tough to see, but you can see right behind me, right in this area up here, we've got a little bit of sunlight coming through. So if I can just create just a little gap in that canopy, that will give me a little bit more sunlight, and then we should be okay. I think we'll definitely be in partial sun a lot of the times, but we're in North Carolina and we get a ton of sun here. So hopefully, if I just take down this tree right here, this tree is going to open up that canopy quite a bit. So let's get to work, and it should fall. I should be able to fall this in the direction that I need to. This looks pretty straightforward as far as trees go. I've had some bad luck with trees going in the wrong direction lately, and hopefully I can reverse that luck today. All right, let's get to work. That was the most accurate and the best tree fall I have ever done. Wow, that was seriously one of the best tree falls I've ever done. Really proud of that. That's actually very good for me. Like I said, I've had a string of bad luck with trees not going exactly where I wanted them to, and that one going right where I wanted it to was really nice. So it's tough to see, but Seriously, that opened up that hole in the canopy right there. And just that amount of being open gave me so much more sunlight here on the deck, which is all that I needed. So I've got that little solar controller is for the lights, and then I have that is my solar battery bank, and that's charging a lantern, and it will be charging my phone once I stop shooting video. Obviously, I did not make it to the gravel pit today, but that's okay. I cut up some more 4x6s to put down on the path, and that's why I wanted to go to the gravel yard, was to fill those spots in the path that need just a little bit more, need an extra step. I've got some steps that are really far apart and a couple of steps that are really tall. I had to use 2x10s. It's all that I had on the last trip, and I've got some spots that are really, they're a stretch even for my long legs. So I started filling those in with the 4x6s, and I also moved our latrine. I've got just a really small, you can actually see it through the window of the, there it is, through the window of the tent. I've got it, believe it or not, that's almost 15-20 feet behind the tent, and that allows us a little bit of privacy for once Lindsay comes up here. I really wanted to dig out the foundation for pouring footers for the future permanent outhouse, but that might have to be on the next trip. I think I'm gonna kind of scout the area back. It's gonna be back up here behind the tent, but I'll scout the area, and I think I'll start digging a little bit of the footer where it's gonna be. I actually completely forgot my tape measure, and that outhouse is going to be 4 foot by 8 foot, and it'll have a little shower inside of it too. And I really need to make those footers kind of accurately, but I can come close. I've got a size 13 shoe, and it's a bit over 12 inches, but it's pretty close. So I think I can come close to the measurement and just, kind of get it roughed in a little bit. And then next trip, of course, I'll bring the tape measure, and we'll be able to get those footers in a lot more accurately, and then put some concrete in there, and then put the outhouse on top of it. But I got that tree cut down, which made me super happy. It's super nice. And I've got the Kindling cracker mounted up on a block there, so it's a bit more sturdy. So I'm gonna bust up some more kindling and put these 4x6 posts down on the path, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna do on this trip. Obviously, like I said, I overslept this morning, so obviously I needed to rest, and it felt really good. I feel nice. So this is good. It was a good trip. Not too much hard work on this trip. Just the right amount of work. All right, so I've got to get back to getting these posts set on the path, and then I'll bust up some more kindling, and then it's time to relax for the night, build a fire, and just hang out on the deck and enjoy life and enjoy peace and quiet up here in the mountains, because it's what I come up here to do. All right, guys, here we go. Back to work. Well, I always say that this is the best time of day up here at camp. You could just barely see the sun. That's the opposite ridge line. The sun is starting to set, so that's east. This is west, so the sun sets back this way, and it always just gives just a little bit of a glow back here in the woods. You can see that back there. Almost every video I always say that's the nicest thing being up here. This is the nicest time when that sun just starts to set behind the ridge and the whole forest just kind of has this orange kind of glow to it. It's super nice. It is also getting earlier and earlier when that happens, but I was smart, got my fire built much earlier today than I did yesterday. I got a ton of wood cut with the Kindling cracker. Honestly, that thing is really trick. I would highly suggest buying one. I am going to rinse off and get this funk off of me. I didn't get too sweaty today, not like when I carried 1,100 pounds of gravel by myself last month. But anyways, a little bit of sweat today, and we got some work done. Super happy, got that tree cut down, and I got everything up here that I needed to get up here. Got some more posts cut and planted down into the path, and I rearranged my lights on the railing there, and I moved the solar controller so hopefully it gets a little bit more light, and we got a couple of lights on the side of the deck. We'll see if they turn on this time. I put that thing up on the last trip and it didn't turn on, so we'll see what happens. But super happy. Yeah, the path is starting to look a lot better, and we're getting more sun here on the deck with that tree that I cut down. So overall, again, another great trip. So that's that. I'm gonna make some dinner in about an hour or so, and then just relax for the rest of the night. That's all I'm gonna do this weekend, which kind of makes me happy. Just kind of not stressing about things and just relaxing up here, because that's what this is all about. That's why we built the place. That's why we bought the land. You know, yeah, we want to build a cabin and rent it out, make a little bit of money off of it, but the real reason to come up here is to have a place away from the city and all the noise, and to just come up here and relax. And that's exactly what I am about to do. All right, guys, I'll make some food. I'll get back to you when I make some food. All right, guys. Yo, tacos at camp. Hell yeah. This is pretty damn good. The only downside is I forgot my seasoning. It's the only thing that I forgot on this trip. Of all the things to forget, I forgot seasoning. These would be just a little bit better with some shredded lettuce, but it's okay. Yeah, good morning. All right. Nice early morning. I did not actually sleep in today. And look at that. It's so nice. Nice blue sky. Of course, it's North Carolina. Sky's almost always blue here. Got some coffee. Little teeny tiny fire going. It's just the very last of the wood that I chopped up last night. And we're going to get some breakfast. And then I think I'm actually going to fire up the chainsaw real quick, cut down just a couple of trees, and then I'm out of here. I'm not going to roughen the footers for the outhouse. I think I know right where it's going to go, but I really, it's like, this is one of those things where there's so much work to do that it's like you almost don't know what order to do things. But we need to get the cabin built. Like, the cabin is almost more important than the outhouse. I've got, our little hole, our little tiny privy where we go right now, and for right now that's good enough, and it's going to have to be good enough while we build the cabin, even if we have to build a second little privy in a different spot. That's perfectly fine. But I think next trip I'm gonna get in the footers for the cabin, and I think right now today, like I said, I'm gonna fire up the chainsaw and cut a couple of trees. So the cabin's gonna go right behind me, right there, and I've got just a bunch of little sapling trees that I need to cut down, and then I'm gonna go back up the trail and see where we're at as far as growth from when I cut down trees earlier this year. And we've got to get some more trees cut in so we can get a dozer in here to get the driveway roughed in. We got to get the driveway roughed in, and then we got to start bringing in gravel. So yeah, there's like this huge list of stuff to do, and I'm at that point where it's like, do we do this next? Do we do this next? And it's tough to try and figure that stuff out. And I'm a fairly patient person, but the impatience of, I want to get this cabin built like really bad. So just gotta get to work. But I'm gonna get some breakfast and then start cutting, and then we gotta pack up and get out of here. All right, guys, let's get to work. Well, that's a wrap. I am like an hour late, as usual. Everything up here at camp takes a little bit longer than you think it's gonna take. So packing everything up, cleaning the floor, all of that, bringing stuff down to the truck, and then I had some concrete blocks that I had to hike back up. The stuff all takes time. Now, during that time, I got to witness something truly awesome. Behind me is my little solar panel, and I was charging the phone, and I was hiking concrete blocks back up to the deck. I got the last one up to the deck and sat down in the chair, grabbed a drink of water, relaxed for a minute before we took down the tent. And as I was sitting there, a bear walked right up the trail. No joke. I am absolutely not kidding you. It was awesome. Dead silent. If I wouldn't have seen him or her, I think it was a girl, I wouldn't have known that a bear walked by. No clue. Absolutely dead silent. But super cool. Looked young, very young, but healthy. She didn't walk up the trail on the road. She walked up the stream. So she literally walked right there at the front of the bridge, right on the side of the stream. I couldn't believe it. So I just watched her, and then she walked up to the road, and then she took the road up to the top of the ridge. And I just sat there and watched her the whole time. And she was beautiful. So now we have to be extra careful up here. I knew that there was a possibility there were bears. Ed said that there was a family of bears and somebody trapped them. And he tried to stop them and the guy got away. But super cool. Super cool that we have a bear up here. But also, yeah, we got to be careful. So now when I bring the dogs up here, the dogs have to stay within eyesight. And, you know, we bring food up here. We got to make sure everything's packed up. That was something else. So, yeah, super cool. But I'm all packed up, and it is time to get out of here and get home. So, didn't get as much done as I wanted to. Got a little bit of work done. Had a lot of relaxing, and that was super nice. So, I feel good. I got to go grab something in town, some spray, and then come back here and spray the camp. It's peppermint spray. Supposedly it keeps the mice away. I had a couple more mice in the tarp package next to the tent, and I don't want mice chewing into the tent. I don't want to put out rat poison because I don't want that like getting out here into the environment. So I'm trying to do the natural method, and supposedly their sense of smell, the smell of peppermint is like noxious to them. They can't stand it. So also mothballs. So I'm going to grab some mothballs and some peppermint, and we're going to spray the camp, and then I'll be out of here. But I'm not going to film any of that. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.